Hey guys, I'm into another little project today. Had some of the deer steaks there that I hadn't done anything with. I wasn't really in the mood to eat deer steaks at the time, but I did want to make another batch of jerky. But we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to try a salt cured jerky. Now I'm going to have to throw it in the dehydrator because with the temperature now it's in 50s during the day, and it's getting down in the upper 20s at night, so we don't have the temperature or the humidity level that we need. It's not going to work with just the straight salt cured. Normally this is done with you salt the meat and it hangs to dry in an area where it's like 95 degrees with low humidity, and that's not going to work that way. But we are going to put it in the dehydrator on a low setting and let it salt cure. So what I did, instead of making up my own marinade, what I did was I bought one of these, it's called an Easy Marinator. This is a Jack Daniel's Mesquite Easy Marinator. It's got the bag and the marinade all in one. All you do is throw your meat in. This has been marinating in the refrigerator for about 2 days. Typically, you know, normally if you're going to make like biltong, that's the African salt cure, you just put salt, pepper, some I think coriander they put on it. We're not doing that. I went ahead with the marinade, so it's a little different, but still we're gonna try this. Alright, what we're gonna do now, guys, is we're going to salt this. I've got sea salt here. Still got some marinade on my hand here. I didn't get it wiped off. Let me get this taken care of so I don't get it all over my salt can. What we want to do is salt this about like you would a pretzel. Those are pretty heavily salted, but you don't want it too salty. But I do want to know, I tried to shake enough of my marinade off of this as I was getting it out of the sack there. I want to shake enough of the marinade off to where it starts taking the moisture out of the meat, not just the marinade itself. You want to get the moisture out of the meat with this. Don't want it too salty either. This is an experiment for me because I didn't want to make biltong. I want that jerky flavor in there, but I'm hoping doing it this way I can have a thicker slice of meat. Some of these slices are 3/4 of an inch thick, and you don't want that with a typical jerky. So this is strictly experimental here. Now I'm going to take these pieces here. A little more salt on these pieces. I want to take these pieces, turn them over, and salt them again. And then I'm going to put them on the racks, and I'm going to put this at a lower setting than I normally would jerky. Normally jerky is about the highest setting on your food dehydrator. I want the salt to do a lot of the curing in this process. Hopefully this is going to work out really good. Like I say, it's an experiment, and we'll keep track of this, and I'll let you know if it turns out all right or not. What I'm going for is a more tender product than, say, with regular jerky. Most of my jerky is not as tender as I would like for it to be. And supposedly what happens is this salt, from what I understand, breaks down the meat fibers. So we'll see how this works out. Tough jerky is okay, you know, if I'm out hunting or whatever and I have some jerky, that's a good thing, but awfully tough sometimes. Got starting to get another batch of meat ready here. or another pan of it, tray of it, whatever. I've heard it said that what the Africans would do after they had their meat preserved, the biltong, that they would use it to cook with. I mean, it wasn't just to eat the strips of meat, you could, but that they would actually eat this, or cook with it, make soups, I guess, stews, whatever. I'm making this to eat, but it's interesting, I guess culturally, you know, it's a pretty interesting thing there. I got the dehydrator kicked it on, and I put it on 115 degrees. You can see on this list here, jerky is way up there at 145, 155 degrees. I went up here to the, it says making yogurt, 115 degrees. It's going to take a lot longer for the for our salt cured meat. I'm not going to call it biltong because this isn't exactly how you do biltong, and it's not exactly how you do jerky. It's somewhere in between. But with this experiment, I'm hoping that we can get some really good salt cured, air cured meat out of this. But let's see how it goes. Well, guys, I got some good results here with the meat drying on this new process. It didn't take as long with the salt on here. It didn't take as long to get this done. And according to my godson Chris, he's kind of the taste tester on this. He loves jerky. Anytime we kill a deer, he's always ready for the jerky there. And he said this is better than the last, so that's an awesome thing. But I just don't think I'm where I want to be with it. You know, it's I want to get a more tender result. So we're going to keep working with it. But this turned out, I think it's great. It's much better than the way I'd been doing it. So we're going to keep working with it, and we'll do another episode we'll tweak the process a little bit and see what we can do here. So thanks for tuning in, guys.